Live from Atlanta, welcome to FabCon TV. FabCon and SQLCon coming together.
Why?
You know, it's amazing to think back, before the Power BI community started, before Power BI even started, the SQL community was the base of all of this, right? And you think about when we started Power BI, the SQL community really embraced Power BI and helped to evolve it and make it what it is. And so it's just amazing to come full circle here and have the SQL community and the Fabric community together in one 8,000 person conference.
So
sold out.
you can't take your time to register for these things
No.
because the tickets go fast.
We had people asking us for tickets yesterday. We didn't have them.
Sorry, we got no more.
Sold
We
out.
got no more tickets.
No
here.
more tickets.
They're going.
You're
Okay.
at capacity. It's
Okay.
amazing.
Okay. So enough of all that. The keynote.
It was so full of energy in the State Farm Arena. Oh my
Where the
God.
Hawks play, right? We're in Atlanta. It's where the Hawks play. We took over.
Took over. The green for Fabric, the blue for SQLCon.
What was your favorite? If you had to pick
Yeah.
your favorite announcement, what would it be?
So, okay, I have a couple, right?
Okay.
Again, I'm biased, you're biased,
Yeah.
and we're on the same team here. I just love the improvements we made to the developer experience, the
It's-
CI/CD improvements.
You can be an expert in CI/CD like me.
Exactly. It makes everyone's job easier. The visual improvements, diffing things, being able to selectively branch so you don't have to wait for things.
That diffing makes you responsible.
Oh my
It makes you a
gosh.
responsible engineer.
So good. So good. And then, that's the developer experience improvements. For the admin, so many security improvements, admin and governance tools in the One Lake catalog.
Yeah, it's like
It's just
up
so
and
cool to
up
see that.
and up. So I would tell you one thing that really got me excited. So my roots started as a DBA.
Yep.
Started as a DBA.
Since the 1900s.
Since the you had to say that, right? You had to say that. Since the 1900s. But the database hub, you could take all these different databases. You don't have to migrate them. You don't have to move them. You can use this database hub and connect to Postgres, connect to SQL, connect to Cosmos. You
Yes.
can manage it all under a single pane
No
of glass.
matter where your databases are deployed, they might be in Fabric, they might be in Azure, they might be on-prem.
Doesn't matter.
And you can manage an entire fleet of databases in one place and get those database agents on top of it to help you manage and run them
Okay. So
automatically.
now, databases are great.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, all of our data in databases.
Everywhere.
It's in SharePoint. It's in
It's in
Excel. What do you think
SharePoint.
about that?
And that's where One Lake really comes in. One
Yeah.
Lake brings that data together, no matter where it lives, on-prem, in the cloud, in other clouds, doesn't matter. You can bring it all in one place, centralize that data, and have it feel like it's in one place,
Yeah.
even though it might be living all over the place.
Yeah, so we got hundreds of sessions.
Hundreds.
Hundreds. Keynote was amazing. We
Yes.
got hundreds of sessions. But if you missed this week, we got more FabCon. We got more FabCon coming up.
Oh my gosh, so we have FabCon Barcelona
I cannot
coming
wait.
up
I cannot
in the
wait.
fall.
In Spain.
Cannot wait.
Cannot
in
wait.
Spain. We
Yeah.
were going to have a good siesta there, hopefully,
Yes.
before the power hour.
Okay.
And then we also announced we're coming back to Atlanta
Right
next
here.
year.
Hey.
I
Right now.
can't wait.
Yes.
It's going to be bigger and better than ever. So we're continuing to break records on the number
Yeah.
of folks from our Fabric community, from our SQL community, just here together, talk everything data. You know, it's crazy. I've been on the Power BI and now Fabric team for 10 years. And, my journey really started when I joined Microsoft working on Power BI and building up Power BI desktop, shipping it month over month. And if you remember it 10 years ago, it was not the Power BI desktop it is
It was
today.
not. It was black and yellow.
Black and yellow. And, we really learned so much from our community along
Yeah.
the way. And Arun talked about that in the keynote, right?
Yeah.
Just listening and learning from our customers, from our community, engaging at user groups, on the forums, on Reddit,
Yeah.
everywhere our community lives. As a product team, it's super important that we listen and learn and keep shipping. And that's the evolution we really made when we developed Fabric, because our customers in Power BI told us, hey, life is too complicated. I'm integrating all these things. I'm doing my integration somewhere. I'm doing my data warehousing somewhere. I'm doing my Spark, my real-time, all to get it to my business. And so we said, hey, we can make this simpler. We can unify things.
Yeah.
And that's really where Fabric came to be. We brought those things together. Again, learning from our community, hearing the feedback, evolving all along the way. They told us they wanted real-time. We added real-time. They told us they wanted databases. We added database. They told us AI is too hard to deploy. We brought IQ.
Yeah.
So,
IQ.
that
Yeah.
evolution has just been so amazing to see. And, my career has grown with it. Our customers' careers have grown with it. Businesses have been built off of it.
Yes.
What about you? What's your journey been?
My journey is the community. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
So how I got to Microsoft was because of the community. How I got where I am today is because I started speaking. I started speaking at a little bitty users group in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was my very first, I was a SQL DBA, SQL Server 2005, and my first session was on what's new in SQL Server 2005. And the next thing I know, I'm in State Farm Arena in front of 8,000 people. Patrick.
Isn't it amazing that you started with SQL and we're here today, full circle?
Full circle with SQL. It was a journey. And, you know, it was funny. We were, one of my teammates and I, we were heading over to State Farm Arena, and there was a lady, she was on the escalator, and she turned around. She said, I came here to meet you to tell you one thing, Patrick. She's like, I was a tanker in the Army. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I was never in the military. And she goes, but now, because of your videos, I do Power BI, and I'm the lead Power BI developer. And it was like, like a little tear came down my cheek.
Changed.
Absolutely.
I was talking to one of the partners yesterday at the partner day, and it was a husband and wife team that built an entire consultancy on Microsoft Fabric. They employ 300 people now.
Wow.
Built an entire business off of this, and that's what keeps us energized on the product team. That we're helping our customers innovate, grow their businesses, create jobs, create other businesses. It's so cool.
Yeah, creating careers, and I heard. But there's someone in the 12th grade that was in the keynote audience, and they already started building out communities and information and courses all around Fabric.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the power of community, right?
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you can get involved, you can start learning, you can get certified. And we announced in the keynote 75,000 people are certified on Fabric. And this is crazy because that's not the easiest test, right? You got to study, you got to take an exam, you got to pass that exam.
Yeah.
And that's the power of community, that everybody comes together, learns from one another, teaches one another.
Maybe I'll go get certified.
There's still time, Patrick.
There's still time. But if you're starting in Fabric today, I would say, learn at Microsoft.com has some of the best content. I would say I've seen that content grow up and transform, and so many people accessing the blogs. We sent out the monthly update blog. We got tons of blogs going out.
And I will call out our user groups all over the world, hundreds of user groups. And, FabCon is amazing. We got 8,000 people here. But it doesn't have to start with FabCon. It can start in your local community with groups of 10, 20, 30 people, just sitting around, learning from one another, sharing your stories, sharing your experience. And so many people in the community have told me they've gotten started with those user groups and made connections, got new jobs from those user groups.
Yeah.
So if you missed FabCon, if you're watching this on YouTube, just check out your local user group.
So one of my favorite sessions at FabCon is the Database Championship. I had a chance, the first couple of Database Championships, to host it. And I saw some of the most amazing reports and amazing things happen. I think they actually get a free trip to the conference. So you should check this out.
Yes, and so in the community, what we do with the lead up to FabCon, and we do them outside of FabCons as well, we do these community contests where we give you some data or we give you a concept and we say, hey, give us your best insights using Power BI. And folks compete week over week and build the best data viz reports they can to tell that story. And people are just building amazing things that I could never imagine they're using the product in this way.
They're using it a different way.
And then the data viz competition at FabCon, they build it live on stage while we're watching.
On stage. You know the pressure? The pressure. It's nothing compared to that. Nothing compared to that.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming to take time. We know you're busy. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for representing us in the keynote.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait to hear from all of you what you want to see next FabCon.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you somewhere on the internet's FabCon TV.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
What a conversation. Everything you've been watching here was captured live at FabCon and SQLCon in Atlanta, from the interviews to the demos to the community insights that make these events so special. If you're into Microsoft Fabric, SQL, and the future of data, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And speaking of next, we're taking this show to Barcelona. FabCon and SQLCon Barcelona are happening this September 2026, and it's going to be packed with big announcements, deep technical sessions, and one amazing global data community. Hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to register and use code FABTV to save €200 off your ticket. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next one.